Guys, for tuning in to another segment of the Sit Down with Malik Wright presented by First Star Logistics. Listen, I'm going to make a statement that I believe it probably is an unpopular take, especially amongst the Twitter scouts and analysts and masses, if you will. But Caleb Williams is not generational. Okay. He's not generational. He's not the greatest college quarterback that we've ever seen. Like some people are making it out to be. He's a guy that is very talented, but has a lot of flaws in his game. He's a guy that has trouble processing. He's a guy that in the right system can be special in the National Football League, but to go about it as if he is some perfect prospect that we've never seen the likes of before is just absolutely wrong. I'm supposed to believe that Caleb Williams is the greatest college quarterback of all time, like some people are saying. What has the guy done to justify that title? I'm supposed to believe that Caleb Williams is a better prospect coming out than Joe Burrow. I'm supposed to believe Caleb Williams is a better prospect coming out than Cam Newton. He might be the most hyped prospect that we've ever seen, but what does he have to back it up? What is the resume? What is his record? And then you could probably, talk more about this. What is his record against teams in the top 25? Isn't it like only 3 wins? 4 wins? I don't know. Help me understand what I am missing with Caleb Williams. The talent is great. There's a lot of upside. There's a lot of that P word that people like to use, potential. But then there's always putting it together. To me, I saw a guy against Utah, again, who seemed frustrated, who seemed confused, who had an attitude on the sideline, who sat by himself, who pouted like a baby. That's what I saw. So again, I hate to come down hard on the guy. I hate to be the guy to give a little bit of a reality check. And before you people come in the comment section and you say, can you play quarterback? You're damn right I can't. Can't play quarterback. Don't want to play quarterback. If I went out there, I'd probably blow out a knee. That's probably what would happen. But I'm qualified to talk about it. I'm qualified to tell you what I'm seeing with the eye test. I'm qualified to speak on this matter, especially when people speak such foolish and gibberish and stupidity that Caleb Williams is some can't miss prospect that we've never seen before, because that couldn't be further thing from the truth. Daniel.
So Caleb Williams is a damn good prospect. And once again, if you guys are watching this, you can have a different opinion, but the fact of the matter is he's not a generational prospect. And he can be not generational and he can still be a superstar at the next level. The two can be the same. But you have to look at his game from an objective standpoint. When you actually watch the film, he's not an amazing processor, right? We're talking about generational. So that's the standard we're talking about, right? He's not an amazing processor. He's an amazing playmaker. He's the guy that gets outside of the structure and makes plays. You can look at what's the mold that he's trying to be. It's more of the Brett Favre. It's more of the Patrick Mahomes, make plays outside of the structure, going to the sideline, throw the sidearm throws. Those are the plays that he's making. He's a flashy player, but you have to look at it from a 5-year, 10-year standpoint. How is he going to have long-term success in the NFL? And one of the things that catches me off guard is, this is a good conversation that Cardinals fans are having, is, hey, we don't want Kyler Murray. He's got a bad attitude. He's an athletic guy. He's great arm, but we want Caleb Williams. What's the difference between a Caleb Williams and a Kyler Murray right now? That's not saying Caleb isn't more talented, but Kyler was extremely talented coming out of school. So when you look at Caleb Williams, the man still has a lot of work to do, and he's got to get better at the fundamentals of the quarterback position, right? You see a lot of times he has happy feet in the pocket, and that's one of my biggest concerns. You see, on the 2-point conversions, couldn't convert on both the 2-point conversions the last game. And I know a lot of people are saying, what's his record against the great teams? It's not that. It's also just how he performs against these teams.
No.
And I wasn't saying you.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying you. I was saying, like, as far as what everybody's saying, like, listen, just look at how he performs against these great teams. I understand, like, Patrick Mahomes didn't beat a top 25 team. Okay, but how is, Caleb Williams performing against these teams? So for me, I need to see him be better at the quarterback position. And also something I just found out this last game was, I didn't realize his attitude and him being on the sideline. For me, once again, I'm not a GM, but I take issue with that. Hey, get your ass up and go to the other opposing quarterback, congratulate him, pick your head
But
up. You're the leader of the team, a leader of a potential franchise. Pick your head up and be the leader.
but here's the issue that I'm facing. People will go in the comment section, they'll say, you know what? You're not giving any facts or any
Yeah.
stats or anything to learn. I have some stats for you guys.
Yeah.
You brought up a good point, Now you said, because wins and losses, that's such a subjective
Yep.
thing, right? To be judged on, because the defense could suck like USC's defense does this year. Let's talk about his performance against these teams. Okay. Is that fair, Marissa? Is that fair, Daniel?
Yep.
Well, let's talk about it, right? So against Baylor in 2021, 9 completions, 18 attempts, 142 yards, 2 interceptions. That is Caleb Williams' stat. Against ISU in 2021, 8 completions, 18 attempts, 87 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Oklahoma State, 20 of 39, 252, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Look pretty good, right? And why is this significant, what I'm saying? This is against top 25 defenses. Let me continue. Oregon State, 16 to 36, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Notre Dame this year, 23 completions, 37 attempts, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. So why is that significant? Because in the National Football League, that is what you're going to face. You're going to face top 25 defenses, right? You're going to face teams, NFL defenses that are going to throw schemes at you. They're going to force you to think. They're going to force you to hold the ball longer. They're going to frustrate you. You can't be the guy that gets in your own way. As the franchise quarterback, you are supposed to uplift the team around you. What I saw was a guy that was happy feet in the pocket. To me, Caleb Williams was missing. He was missing targets. And not only was he missing targets, he wasn't taking the easy read. He wasn't taking the checkdowns that were available to him. And that happened far too often. So when I look at it, I hate to, again, beat down on the guy. You have to ask yourself, if you're a team that is going to be with the first overall pick, you have to truly have a conversation with yourself, weigh the pros and the cons with drafting a guy like Caleb Williams. If you think he is better than your X-star that you have right now, like, can you say confidently, if you're a Cardinals fan, is Caleb Williams better than Kyler Murray?
No.
I know I couldn't. Can you have those conversations with yourself? Maybe the Bears can about Justin Fields. Maybe they can, right? Because Tyson Bagent was able to go in there and put together a sustainable offense for the Bears. Could Caleb Williams do that? Maybe. Is he an upgrade over Justin Fields? Maybe. But to act as if he's this can't-miss prospect, to me, there's a lot of holes in his game. Trevor Lawrence was a better prospect coming out than him. Joe Burrow was a better prospect than coming out with him. Shit, I could even say Baker Mayfield probably was a better prospect coming out than him in terms of what he actually did at the college football level. To me, Caleb Williams has nothing to hang his hat on, besides the fact that he won the Heisman Trophy, and people expected him to do it again this year. Falling flat on his face, doesn't look like that's going to happen. But to me, you talked about how you wanted to see him do better against defenses. I don't know how much more of an opportunity we're going to actually get to see him do that, because at what point does Caleb Williams pack it in for the rest of the season and say, I'm focused on the NFL? At what point does he do that? Because you want to, if you're not playing for a championship, if you're not playing for the college football playoffs, are you playing for a bowl game? This guy probably is not even going to play in the bowl game, right? This is a guy that's predicted to be the first overall pick by all the merits, all the Twitter scouts and analysts. But to me, I just think there's more of a conversation that needs to be had about this can't miss, quote unquote, prospect that everyone's talking about. Because right now I don't see it.
Yeah, and you brought up a great point. Look at the stats, right? Kyler Murray's Heisman year almost statistically was the same as Caleb Williams. 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So it's an actual conversation. And once again, what I want to see out of Caleb Williams is I need to see him be better at the quarterback position. You look at these other, quarterback prospects. Let's compare him to Joe Burrow, right? That's the standard we're talking about. Generational, best college quarterback we've ever seen. Joe Burrow, his last year at LSU was phenomenal. His processing was phenomenal. His playmaking was phenomenal. Caleb Williams, you got to show us the processing. You've got to show us play within the structure of an offense, at least sometimes. I know your greatness is outside, but look at Patrick Mahomes. How's he succeeding in the NFL? He's able to methodically drive an offense down the field. So, Caleb Williams, you're a damn good prospect, but I just don't know if you're generational. You've got a lot of talent. Let's work on the nuances of the quarterback position.
He's definitely not generational. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's an unpopular take. People think I'm a hater. People think I'm whatever. People wanted to say, oh, he's the closest thing to Mahomes, yada, yada, yada. Not that. Okay. Not that. Yeah. I understand there's going to be flaws in his game. Going to be understand there's going to be a growing pain. There's going to be things that you need to do to get better. Waiting to see that. Haven't seen that yet from Caleb Williams. I'm not a believer. Just going to put that out there. Not a believer. I'm not a believer. I'm not
Yeah.
buying what people are selling. People tried to say Kyler Murray. I remember at one point was this great thing too. And I'm just not a believer. I'm just not sipping the Kool-Aid that everybody else is sipping. And I know what the stats say. I know what the eye test say. I think he's a guy with talent. Can't miss prospect? No. Generational? No. Has errors that he needs to fix? Yes. But I do think he can be a starting quarterback in the National Football League, and that's fine. That's fine. You want a capable starting quarterback in the National Football League? Yes. But if you think you're just going to get this prospect that is just, you know, crazy that you just never seen before, I'm not buying it. And just for me, I just want to also say, I want to say this a little more. It's so disrespectful to some of these other college quarterbacks that we've seen come out, like Cam Newton, like Joe Burrow, like RG3, like Andrew Luck, to say that he's the greatest college football quarterback. It really shows you this is a quarterback driven sport.
Yep.
Because what mental gymnastics do you have to do to come up with that in your mind? Am I wrong? Like, am I wrong here? Like, am I wrong? Okay, because I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, and like I'm just looking at some of these past stats, like Zach Wilson in college, 33 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You can look at that and be like, holy hell, Zach Wilson's going to be an amazing quarterback in the NFL. Same thing. I mean, you look at Joe Burrow's stats. You just look at some of these stats from these guys. Bailey Zappi, 62 touchdown passes, 6,000 yards. Like, you just look at some of these stats and you can say, wow, these guys, crazy stats.
I mean, not even a season to contend with those things, right?
Yeah.
I'm not being honest with you. Like, the landscape of college football from the quarterback position has been a little bit interesting. I would say I don't really think he had too much to contend with, right? I mean, who are the quarterbacks that came out last year or the year he won the Heisman?
Yeah, last year
wasn't that the year of Carson Strong and all those other guys?
Yeah, same thing. Michael Penix, Drake May, Stetson Bennett.
I mean, this is who he's competing up against for that quote unquote Heisman trophy. Yeah. Come on, guys. Let's just be real with ourselves, right? He's not that. Anyway, let us know what you guys think in the comment section. I feel like we've been talking about Caleb Williams a lot lately, and I think it's warranted with all the hype that he's getting. But let us know in the comment section. Do you think Caleb Williams is overhyped, or do you think that the hype is justified? Because I don't think the hype is justified. Curious to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know if you think I'm an idiot. Let me know if you agree with me. If you like more video content like this, give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss when we go live from the First Star Logistics Studio.